Thank you, Pastor Tim, and thanks, Pastor Beth. It's an honour to be here, and I feel very privileged that you guys would have me here. I'll just introduce my wife, Rebecca. She's very beautiful. She's all mine. Um, so, yeah, she'll be getting up later and doing something. Just so you know. So Tim sort of gave you a little bit of background about myself. I'm a teacher, and I just thought I would share on something that has impacted my life quite significantly, and the person that I am today, that I've gone through the last couple of years. This message has been a big part of that, and I just feel like it can help a lot of people. It helped me a lot, and so I just hope it helps you as well. Cool. Yep. So I'm just going to be sharing on the power of words, and I believe that words are extremely powerful, and I think sometimes we don't realize just how powerful they are. So my objective within this 10 minutes is to try and create an awareness for you about just exactly how powerful your words are, and that they're not just a fleeting comment, or they're not just a word here or there, but they actually do carry creative power. So we've all heard this saying before, and it goes like this: "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me." We've all heard that before, and we know it's not true. Unkind words can often hurt way more than if someone was to physically hurt us. So can I just get a raise of hands? I'm a teacher, so I'm going to get some interaction from you. Can I get a raise of hands if you've ever had someone say an encouraging comment or an encouraging word to you, and that spoke to you so much so that you felt on top of the world, you could accomplish anything, nothing was impossible, that you were on your way to achieving everything that you were called to be? Who's ever had that? Yeah, so that's basically all of us. And can I also have a raise of hands if you've ever had a negative comment, or someone's criticized you or put you down or called you a name, and you felt down in the dumps, you felt like life wasn't worth living, all those kinds of things? Who's ever had that before? Yeah, so all of us again. So I'm basically preaching to the converted, aren't I? Cool. So I just want to read some scriptures, and the first scripture is from Proverbs chapter 12, verse 18, and it says, "The words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing." Proverbs chapter 16, verse 24 says, "Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body." And Proverbs 18, verse 21, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat of its fruits." And also in Mark chapter 11, there's the story where Jesus walked past the fig tree. And what did he do? And what happened? It died, didn't it? Yeah. So that's pretty amazing. And I guess sometimes in the back of our minds we can maybe think, oh yeah, but that was Jesus. You know, I could never do that. But Jesus also said that we were created in his image and that we would do greater things than he did. So we really do have that creative power and that power to speak words of life and death. Words are so powerful that one word can make an incredible difference. One word can bring incredible destruction. Whether we realize it or not, our words are a reflection of what's in our heart. So sometimes that we need to listen to ourselves, and it's good to be aware of what we're saying, because it reveals what's inside our hearts. So it's not so much that our words are an issue, it's our heart. And so it's good to be filled with the love of God and have God's love and be refreshed and renewed in his love so that we can give of that. I can't give fresh love, I can't give of a revelation of love if I don't have that. So, and we tend to give that when we speak words of love or affection, or we encourage somebody, because that's what God does to us, right? He's always speaking words over us. So I just got a little slideshow here, and I'll just explain it as I go. Yep, so I skipped that one. So out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. So this man here, his name is Dr. Masaru Emoto. So he's not alive anymore. He is a Japanese scientist. He's not a Christian. He is a scientist, and he specializes in water molecular studies. And he did this experiment. He's done a few different ones, but this particular experiment, he had 3 jars of cooked rice sitting in water, and for 30 days, he spoke words of love and affection to one, words of hate and negativity to another, and to another it was neglected. And over the 30 days, the one that was spoken positively to remained just as good as it was when he first put it in there. The one that was spoken to negatively ended up going green and black, and the one that was neglected completely just disintegrated, changed form. You couldn't even call it rice anymore. So, and this experiment has been done by lots of people. It's well known. Some people criticize it and say that it's a bit of hocus pocus, but when I heard it myself, I was a bit skeptical as well. So I tried it because I thought, well, if this is real, then I want to see it work as well. So, and I'll just share one other thing with you. He also did it with just plain water, so there was no rice. He just spoke to distilled water. Now, he spoke to distilled water, and they get this they zoom right in with this very powerful microscope, and they're able to look right at the water molecule and see what's inside of it. And distilled water is known for not having water crystals. Okay, so water crystals are like the structure that keeps water together and keeps it healthy and fresh. And if you drink water without that, then it's probably not very good for you. So what he's done is he's spoken to this water, and distilled water is known for not having crystals, and after being spoken to, it formed crystals. So there's something in there that's not physical, that shows you that there is a spiritual phenomenon going on there that is out of the natural. So this is, I apologize for the first photo. The first photo is a little bit blurry, but you get the idea. So this is after 7 days. I did this myself. So as you can see, it's rice, it's white. I apologize for the blurry image. Okay, so that's that one. Now, I've only got pictures of 2 jars of rice because when I was neglecting the third one, I actually lost it. So I apologize. The third one is missing. That was my attempt to neglect it. I lost it. And then this is the one that was had negative words spoken over it. Okay, so you can start to see that little, how do I get the little laser? The top one. So that's some mold forming there. And also, just to let you know that the jars were all sanitized and the rice came from the exact same batch. I used the exact same amount of rice, and the jars were all sitting in the same spot. So there was no variable for change, really. They were all treated exactly the same. And this is after 14 days. So this one is still fine. I would still eat that. There's nothing wrong with it. This one here, it's starting to go green and black. And you can see the words that I wrote on it. Be blessed, thank you. This one says, I hate you, stupid, die, you're useless. You know, those words are words that people use. You know, that's what we'd use to describe people. And this is after 21 days. So this is the rice that had all the negative words. So it's even starting to go white, and the rice is starting to lose its form. It's changing into something else now. And this is the rice that got all the love and affection. So it's pretty amazing. What I want to show you, when I was talking about the distilled water and how they don't form crystals, this is what happened when somebody said thank you to the water that had that it got spoken to, and they said thank you, and it formed this kind of crystal. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Like, it's very pretty. It's got some lovely shape in there. It's really nice, isn't it? The next one, this is one after somebody said you're beautiful. And you guys can look this up on the internet. It's all there. Lots of people are quite aware of it. This is one after somebody said you're ugly. So it didn't even form a crystal. It just, it became ugly, didn't it? It became what you told it to. This is one after somebody said you're a fool. It's not what it should be. And that's that. So I guess the point that I'm trying to bring across is that our words are really powerful. They're more powerful than we realize. And the results that were done in these experiments have been done many times, and they've been done in different languages. They've been done in Korean, Spanish, Chinese, and Italian, and the results are all the same. Exactly the same. So what I want to say is, if that happens to the rice, and we as humans are supposedly made of 70% water, how do you think that affects our body? I reckon it would affect our body a lot. And doctors and scientists are always saying that stress and thinking negatively and being around a negative environment, it's not good for your health. Well, there's some very clear proof right there. So whatever I say and whatever I think affects the development of not only myself, but the people I do life with. If I speak negatively about somebody, that's affecting them. That's doing something to them, whether they realize it or not, whether I realize it or not. It's happening. So as soon as I have this little belief of mine, and I, as a teacher, I use this a lot as well. And it's, if somebody's doing something that I don't want them to do, I don't criticize them on what they're doing. I don't say, "Oh, don't do that, little Johnny. That's not right. You shouldn't be doing that particular thing." I encourage them for the behavior that they should be doing, even if they're not doing it. Because then it brings them out of where they are, and it leads them into where they should be. So encouragement is more powerful than we realize as well. So if you're in a workplace and somebody's not being productive, maybe you should try encouraging them and saying, "Wow, you're so productive. You always show up here every day on time. I love how you're so enthusiastic about working here, and you're always giving your best. And I know you've got lots of things in your life, but you always bring your best when you come to work." And even if that's not true, it will start to happen. So the nature of God is to speak life and to encourage. God is always speaking words of life over us, words of love, words of affection. Why? Because he loves us. He cares about us so much. It's not in his heart, it's not in his nature to say anything else. We will never ever hear God tearing us down or pointing out our faults. If God is love, he can't be anything else. And so as children of God, we want to take on that nature, and we want to be able to speak life to other people and encourage other people. And love only ever sees life. Love only ever encourages. Love is always hopeful and always only ever seeing the best in somebody. And so I just want to finish off and say that every day we have a choice to make. Each and every day we have this choice. Are we going to encourage, or are we going to discourage? Are we going to build up, or are we going to tear down? And it's in everyone's best interest to build up and to encourage. So just want to thank you for that. Thank you for listening. And